For anyone going through a painful breakup, what advice would you give them to help them reopen their heart? So I'm assuming in
Mm,
this scenario that they're on the journey to healing and they're,
mhm,
because what I see a lot, and especially like talking to that friend of mine who I have privy to their dating life. Every time something goes
mhm.
wrong, he's like, "That's it. I'm not dating any women
I'm
again.
done.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this. Like, fuck them all."
Uh-huh.
And I see that a lot, and I've been guilty of that. I try really hard to keep my heart open. But what advice
Yeah.
would you have if someone's in that situation?
Well, I think, the first thing that comes to mind is an immediate expansion on what we just said about not being afraid of the pain, to let yourself feel all of the feelings that are there.
Hmm.
Because if we resist those, they're going to persist, right? So if you're feeling a lot of grief about it, don't try to push yourself through to go out and have a good time because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get back up on the horse. If we're resisting the real grief, it's going to persist, right? So
Hmm.
trust yourself to feel all the feelings, let the feelings flow, trust yourself that there's going to be movement and momentum and growth in your life as a result of feeling those feelings, as opposed to them being like a big deep hole that you're going to get stuck in.
Hmm.
Right? Those feelings lead to somewhere. They're like a river that leads to somewhere. They're not a well that you're going to get stuck in. So you can let yourself feel the feelings. And then ultimately I think the word that comes up for me is trust. Like really opening your heart again takes trusting yourself and your own discernment about relationships and your ability to survive pain again, because there will be pain again, right?
Hmm.
Even if
Hmm.
you end up in the relationship that lasts for the rest of your life, there will be pain within it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
trusting your ability to tolerate the pain
Hmm.
and trusting others if they've earned it, right?
Hmm.
Trusting them enough to let them back in. But ultimately, it's about being willing to take the risk, because getting back in relationship, reopening your heart, that's not something to wait for safety to do. It isn't safe. Intimacy by nature is not an emotionally safe and predictable experience. It's a
Hmm.
risky experience. So I would say the key is to remember that it's a risk, and it's about waiting until it feels in your heart like it's a risk worth taking.